Hello everyone, this is a video demonstration of eclampsia drill. This is meant for the obstetricians and paramedical staff who deal with obstetric emergencies in labor room. The specific learning objectives of this session are: by the end of this video, the viewer should be able to manage a case of eclampsia as a member of an expert team. He should know the contents of an eclampsia management box and should know the facility preparedness of an eclampsia room. Whenever we deal with any medical emergency, there have to be at least 5 members in the team. The first member is team leader, who is an overall coordinator. The second member is assistant, who will assist the team leader in performing important procedures. The third member is supplier, for supplying the essential drugs and instruments. And the fourth member is observer, who will note down the timing of events. The fifth member is the counselor. In this eclampsia drill, we are not using the counselor because counseling itself is a 15-minute session. So we will go for the introduction of each team member in this eclampsia drill. I, Dr. Prachi Dikshit, will be playing the role of a team leader. The function of team leader is to assign specific works to the team members, preferably by the names. This is called closed loop communication, where I specifically tell that what function a person is supposed to do and then respond me back that this function has been done. Then it's also my duty to encourage the team members wherever they are going wrong and interrupt them if something is wherever they are going correct, and interrupt them wherever they go wrong. And to reassure the patient and the relatives, to ensure that this reassurance is given continuously that things are going right and she will be fine. Also, at the end of the session, I'll call my team members. When things are stabilized, I will call them for debriefing, in which each person will be told about their roles, where they went correct and where they went wrong.
I, Dr. Vishal, am playing the relative of the patient.
I am Niharika and I play the role of an assistant. The job of an assistant is to perform the tasks delegated to him or her by the team leader. After each action has been performed, it has to be repeated loudly. This is known as closed loop communication. The name of the drug, its dosage, and the route of its administration have to be stated loudly and clearly.
I, Ketki, will be playing the role of a supplier as a sister who supplies things well labeled, speaking loudly and assisting wherever required.
I, Dr. Pallavi, will be playing the role of an observer. An observer is an important person who does the job of documenting all the actions against time. He also gives important inputs wherever necessary for the proper timing of the actions as well as for the smooth running of the procedure. Thank you. The case scenario is 24-year-old Mrs. Anita, prima gravida with 38 weeks of pregnancy, came to the labor room with history of convulsion 1.5 hours back and a second episode of convulsion 10 minutes back on the way to the hospital.
डॉक्टर साहब, इनको सुबह से 2 बार झटके हुए हैं. कल तक तो ठीक थी, पता नहीं आज क्या हुआ.
अच्छा. Emergency response team, Dr. Niharika, Ketki sister, Dr. Pallavi, there seems to be a patient of eclampsia. The patient looks a little disoriented. Dr. Niharika, आप इनका पल्स और बीपी लीजिए, और सिस्टर केतकी, आप इनका एयरवे और ब्रीदिंग देखिए. मैं आपसे 2 मिनट कुछ जानना चाहूंगी. देखिए, स्थिति जो है उनको झटके आते हैं, थोड़ी अनही होती है, उनको स्टेबल करना पड़ता है. आप मुझे ये बताइए कि हुआ क्या था एग्जैक्टली.
कल इनको सिर दर्द का बता रही थी और 2 बार उल्टी हुई रात में, और आज सुबह इनको 2 बार झटके आए थे. अच्छा.
आपकी शादी में कितने साल हो गए?
शादी को 5 साल हो गए थे.
आप जानते हैं इनको पहले बचपन में कभी झटके आने की कोई बीमारी रही हो, या इससे पहले शादी में कभी झटके आए हों?
नहीं, इसके पहले कभी हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट नहीं हुए थे.
कभी नहीं हुए थे. और आपने देखा था इनको झटके आते हुए?
हाँ, मैंने देखा था. ये झटके आए थे तभी गिर गई थी नीचे, पूरा बदन में झटके आए थे और मुंह पे छाग आया था.
पूरे शरीर में आए थे? एक हाथ एक पैर ऐसा कुछ
नहीं, पूरे शरीर में.
पूरा शरीर अकड़ गया था?
हाँ.
अच्छा. और इस कोई तकलीफ थी और झटके आने के अलावा भी 1-2 महीने से कुछ और तकलीफ, पैर में सूजन वगैरह?
हाँ, पाँव में सूजन था 2 महीने से, लेकिन कोविड के वजह से हॉस्पिटल में बताने नहीं गया था.
बीपी बढ़ा था ऐसा कुछ डॉक्टर ने बताया था?
हाँ, बीपी बढ़ा हुआ बताया था, बट उसका चेकअप नहीं किया था.
अच्छा ठीक है, हमको स्टेबल करना पड़ेगा, हम बच्चे को और मरीज को उनकी हालत देख करके हम आपको बताते हैं। ठीक है, आप बाहर इंतजार करिए।
Pulse is taken, BP is taken, and respiration is checked.
The pulse is 110 per minute, regular, good volume. BP is 160 by 120 mm of mercury. The respiratory rate is 28 per minute, and there are no signs of external injury due to the fall.
Airway is clear, minimal secretions, no tongue bite.
The BP is high, this and she's getting convulsions. We'll take her as a case of eclampsia. Now, even if the airway is clear, there are minimal secretions. आप एक काम करिए, इनको Giddle's airway डाल दीजिए, क्योंकि if she has a further episode of convulsion, then that will prevent the tongue bite and it will prevent the aspiration also. I will do a quick general examination so that I just know the condition of the baby and the mother. The chest is clear. Fetal heart is good. डॉक्टर निहारिका, आप इनका SpO2 लीजिए और ऑक्सीजन शुरू करने में हेल्प करिए सिस्टर। 6 लीटर पर मिनट के रेट से ऑक्सीजन जाना चाहिए इनको।
SpO2 is 90%. Now starting oxygen by mask at 6 liters per minute.
Okay, so we will manage her as a case of eclampsia. We have to give Maxulf, IV line डालनी पड़ेगी। So IV जब कैनुला डालिएगा, then you take a sample of CBC, LFT, KFT, serum electrolytes and coagulation profile. By the time you are taking the samples, Dr. Niharika, Sister Ketki, we will prepare magnesium sulfate. So for preparing magnesium sulfate, we need to know that there have to be two preparations. One is intravenous preparation and another one is intramuscular preparation. Sister, you have for intravenous preparation, we need 50% magnesium sulfate. So it has to be 4 grams, so that 4 ampules will be required, 4 grams of 50% magnesium sulfate. It will be taken in a 20 cc syringe, and then you need to add 12 cc of normal saline in it. So that we'll get a 20 cc preparation. This gets a IV dose, this becomes a IV dose. For intramuscular dose, we'll take a 10 cc syringe in which we will add 5 grams in one syringe and 5 grams in another syringe for 2 buttocks. Okay? So you give this preparation to Dr. Niharika.
Samples for CBC were taken in an EDTA bulb, for coagulation profile in a citrate bulb, and for KFT, LFT and serum electrolytes in a plain bulb. Now giving loading dose of Maxulf, 20%, 4 grams of it, and I'm giving it slowly.
Also do a RBS. Sometimes these convulsions are because of hypoglycemia. Just check with the glucometer. How is her sugar?
The loading dose of Maxulf was given slowly.
RBS is 104.
Okay. Give intramuscular magnesium sulfate also.
Deep 5 gram intramuscular magnesium sulfate is given.
Okay. So now the patient looks stable. Just check into her vitals again. Her BP is controlled or not. Sometimes what happens, just after giving Maxulf, her BP gets controlled. So what we need to do that, before giving any further antihypertensive, we need to check whether her blood pressure is normal or not.
BP was taken.
The pulse is now 100 per minute, regular, and the BP is still 160 by 110 mm of mercury.
BP is still high. I think we will go for intravenous dose of Lobetalol. So take a 20 milligram of IV Lobet, load it and give it intravenously, slowly. Lobetalol can be repeated every 10 minutes to a maximum of 220 milligram.
Now giving IV labetalol.
IV labetalol, 20 mg given and time noted. BP to be repeated after 10 minutes.
The patients look stable. Now I would like to do a thorough examination of the patient. She is sort of sweating. There is hyperemia, there is no icterus, there is no tongue bite. Heart sounds are good. There is tachycardia, but otherwise there is no murmur. Chest is clear. There is significant pedal edema coming up to the shin. DTRs need to be checked in the biceps. Ankle. बिल्कुल ढीला छोड़िएगा पैर. hammer दीजिएगा and knee jerk. The DTRs are brisk. Sister per abdominal examination में मदद करिए. The abdomen needs to be flexed. Fundal height corresponds to the period of gestation. There are minimal contractions. Back is on the left and fetal heart is good. Now the patient is stable. I can perform a catheterization. So provide me Foley's catheter, Eurobac, and with all sterile precautions, I will do a catheterization. Also bring the heuristics. We need to check her urine albumin. So urine albumin is 3+. Mostly she's a case of eclampsia, and I'll do a PD examination. On PD examination, she's already in labor. She's 2 finger loose, 3 centimeters dilated, and membranes are bulging. So as soon as the reports come, we'll perform a ARN, and this ARN will augment the labor as well as will rule out abruption. So this is a term patient, and we know that the management of a case of eclampsia is termination of pregnancy at any gestation. Thankfully, this patient is in labor, so we will just augment the labor and watch her for spontaneous delivery. If there is any problem during progression, she has to be taken for cesarean section, or her condition worsens. Also, the reports that come, they will tell us whether she is in DIC or any other complication. So accordingly, the further management will be planned. But as of now, we now need to continue her MAXEL till the 24 hours of her delivery. So the MAXEL, before repeating the next MAXEL, that is after 4 hours, we need to check her DTRs, which should be normal, which should not be absent. We need to check her respiration rate, which should be more than 12 per minute, and we need to check her urine output, which should be at least 30 milliliter per hour. And after ensuring all these 3 parameters, we need to give the next dose of MAXEL. Further management will be done by the team. Now, once the initial condition is stabilized and the team is relaxed, we can call up the team again and talk about the things. Before that,
The patient is stable now. Her BP is 140 by 90 of mercury, and she is already in labor. So the drill is complete.
now as the management part is complete, I'll call my team back, and during this discussion, we will talk about the things which went good, the things, there might be some problem, there might be things not available on time that needs to be discussed. We need to take care of the patients and relatives that they feel good, and they should be ensured that they are good in this hospital. So this is how eclampsia has to be managed briskly. Thank you.